Okay, welcome back everybody. I think we've got the stream all set up and ready to go. Welcome back to more SkyFactory 4. Excited to play here. I've been trying not to do, pretty much up until now, everything you've seen is everything I've done. I haven't really done anything off camera, off stream, um, and but the last couple episodes or streams has just been me struggling to figure out different piping, getting machine working for this big packaging machine. And if you look behind me, it's pretty different than when we last saw it. So yeah, let's take a look at that. Just been running through a couple of things. We've got a couple more types of trees now that I've put into this, but I'll just show you. So we've got it nice, nice like this, where we don't see any of the piping behind it. Last time I think we just had this bottom row, so I added pretty much just flipped upside down and added to the top exactly what we had below. A little bit of change, as you see, I've got everything kind of in the same line, where here I kind of had to stagger it up and down. Real quick before I go forward, I'm just going to check the stream real quick, see how it's looking. Okay, let me double check something real quick because it's kind of showing up as just a black screen, but it could be it just hadn't refreshed yet. So let me close that real quick. Okay, we do that. Let me just see if this is pretty laggy for you guys. I think it's looking okay, I think. So we're gonna keep going. But yeah, so let's take a peek at this. So I changed a little bit from the bottom to the top, but one issue, so what took so long making this is we had an issue where acorns were overflowing for most of these. I had come up with a couple different solutions, but I decided it's probably not worth it for a couple reasons. One, we can let it run and clog up, and then refixing that, not a big deal. It takes just a couple seconds. And two, we've got better ways of, or I'm assuming there's better ways of getting these materials, because I think we can just grow the trees themselves and use machines to chop them down, and that usually gives better better stuff than the bonsai pots that we're using back here. But I don't know actually how because these acorns come from the leaves. I don't know if breaking the leaves with the machine is going to work correctly, but we'll figure that out. If we do need to come back to this, there's a couple of things I have in mind. So first off, with that in mind, to clean up so you can see all the piping behind there. To clean up, I just flip down these trapdoors, and then these will fill up with acorns. I just take those out and throw those in there. Because if you're not familiar, if you haven't seen the last few things, the bonsai pots, we need both acorns and resin to form all these different materials, whether it's these different ambers to make ores, or gravel, sand, clay, different blocks. We need both of these once enough. So I think, yeah, you just saw that happen. I think it's 5 resin and 4 acorns is going to form whatever block it might be. But the bonsai pots produce more acorns than resin. So not only does the recipe need more resin, but we are producing less of it. So eventually we're going to fill up with bones. There's a couple of really easy solutions that I could have done if it wasn't so cramped. I did come up with a couple of other solutions that we might look into if we need to, like I said. But that's basically what this is. So yeah, we can go behind the scenes there. And then for the top, you see I don't have these. That's one of the benefits of the kind of staggered approach, is that you can just, you know, walk up and click on it. But since those are high, we wouldn't be able to do that anyways. So we can just go back behind it and climb up. It's a little different setup, but kind of the same idea. I'm gonna pull out the acorns and then throw them into the barrels in front. Here, I've got a bunch set up for saplings that we don't have yet. So once we get those, we'll just throw them in. Right now, they're set up for kind of the diamond redstone type of sapling, where we just take the acorns themselves and put them in a 9x9. And the packager does that. So it takes 9 acorns and it's going to make a block. But we can adjust that. We just take off this servo if we need to do like an ore block where it takes both the resin and the acorns. And then here, this is the mineral, which I'm still not exactly sure everything we need to do with that. But basically the mineral doesn't craft anything that I know of. It's just the barrels and then some shards. I'll show you that later. And then yeah, the back gets a little messy. Originally I just had the chests, and then these crates for wood and sticks are down there. But then the leaves were filling up pretty quickly, so I threw on some barrels for leaves. And it looked like, okay, yeah, we do have the mineral. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. And then yeah, we have a contraption here that smelts down the wood, makes charcoal, and then the charcoal goes into some generators. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. It's pretty messy. Yeah, I don't think it's a good enough system for me to need to go through like a tutorial of how it all works. There's probably much better systems out there. But if you are curious in how it works, maybe I can make a little video on that. So let me know if you want a little more in depth on how all this pasta noodle combination of pipes and whatnot works. And as far as I've seen, we haven't had really any issues with clogging up, except for one that I just noticed is going to start happening pretty soon here. Let me put these back in. Ooh. See, that's an interesting one. I just barely, this always happens. I just barely said there's no issues with clogging. This is a big issue. Because, yeah, we have a spot for the resin to go. And there's the issue. Whitelist the resin, issue solved. Interesting. I don't know why I had that like that. And it's probably a little bit laggier back here too, so I shouldn't stick around too long. But yeah, one of the ways I fixed the issues that aren't supposed to happen is I made some void upgrades. You can kind of see in the top middle of my screen, under the Wayla, I think it's what it's called. Under upgrades, it says void overflow. So basically, for the wood and the sticks, I put those in where if they do get to the max, it's just going to throw away the items, because we don't really need this much wood and sticks. Not only that, I made upgrades to, I think, times 1024. Yeah, I made some of these guys. And so instead of 64 stacks of 64, we can now do like a 1,000, what is it, 88 or something stacks of wood and sticks. So it's going to take a while, and I put that in the charcoal as well. I haven't void upgraded the charcoal, because the void upgrades, I'll show you in just a little bit, take a good amount of obsidian. And right now we don't have a good way of getting obsidian. But yeah. And this is actually interesting. I forgot I was doing this, because I then found a solution to that. I did start, I think just on that one, I'm testing it, pumping like the saplings. Actually, do the saplings do that? No, I don't think the saplings even do that. So this was purely for bone leaves. And now that got a different solution for bone leaves, or just leaves in general, I'm going to start pumping the charcoal back into there. Good, I'm going back through this because I forgot completely about that. But yeah, so upgraded those, so we shouldn't have an issue with wood and charcoal and whatnot. Charcoal for a long while, but wood we shouldn't ever have an issue. And then real quick, yeah, these are the upgrades, and I'm gonna grab. Should probably do the void, but I really don't want to. Yeah, so I have some of these barrels coming down here. Did I upgrade? So all these look to be upgraded with these 1024 upgrades, but it looks like I didn't do the leaves up above with the upgrades because we are filling up on mineral. I bet we're gonna, yeah, the nickel, the gold is probably gonna get full as well. So let's upgrade these bad boys. Got you. I should probably make a better form of scaffolding than my actual pipes. Oh, it looks like these I upgraded. Or no, I didn't. Wait, 64 out of 1024. Is that what that said before? 1024 out of, no. So let me put these back in actually. Yeah, interesting. So can I not upgrade that again? Because this is a better upgrade. I wonder if I need a better type of crate. The more I learn. I definitely notice more things as I talk it through instead of just silently in my head thinking about it. Let me throw these back here. Then in addition, I got a few extra saplings. I did my best to steer clear of the advancements. Like this blue slime sapling we'll try to make today. But the saplings I made were not in the advancements. The upgrades, I'm pretty sure were actually though. Storage? Yeah, it'd be in storage. Yeah, so maybe we can make these two smaller ones. I don't think we can make the 4K yet. Yeah, we don't quite have emeralds, but we'll get there pretty soon. But I did make a copper sapling, nickel sapling. What else? Oh yeah, these are the mineral. It just makes these chunks and these berries. But yeah, so copper, nickel, and netherrack actually. I made, and we are getting quartz out of that. I have a little guy coming off the edge there to hold our quartz. But yeah, that is everything with this. And then a quick update. Likely you're familiar with Tinker's Construct, but we just automated a little bit. I just had lead in here. Looks like we've, here, I can show you a little more. What's one? We've got 4 stacks, 11, 3, 11. What is this, 10? We'll do some 10. So I grab some of this amber. I throw it in this chest. And then that's going to get pumped into here. Amber is going to smelt down. It's going to get poured out back here. I just have one because you get this weird, depending on how much I put in, we're not going to get full blocks. And so it gets like a half block or, you know, a fraction of block. So I'm going to pour that out automatically. So I can just let this run, honestly. And if I do want to do it manually or help out, you know, I can just click these on. And then all of these are also connected where they're, you know, once it forms and solidifies, it's just going to come out the bottom and all into this chest. So you can see I just barely finished doing some nickel and some lead. And yeah, I did some ore collection. Oh wow, we have a lot of lead. Did some ore collection in the meantime. Let this run. And so we're looking pretty good for the next little bit. I think I actually don't have a reference for how expensive things are. Made up some flue ducts to get this running. Cause yeah, here in the back, I should show that. Here in the back, set up a little cauldron to make lava if I need to. I can just throw in cobblestone and it makes some lava. And then I put lava into here. We got 64 buckets. And once we get low, for example, this is pretty low right now. Almost empty actually. I'm gonna turn this on and it fills up. So we get, you know, 4 buckets, turn that back off. I could probably just leave that on the whole time. I'm deciding whether I want to do that or not. But yeah, then I just transfer over. There's probably a better way. I haven't figured out any way to pump items into here, this cauldron, or pump liquids out. So I've been doing that manually. There's got to be machines that I can do that, but this was the best solution right now. And then if I ever want to pump liquid out or into, if I want to pump into, I'll switch to servo in like liquid form and not block or cast. I can just pump it in here. And we did expand the smeltery a little bit. It's a little higher than last time. So it can just hold more blocks and more liquid.